Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews that 40-ish and $100 range. Most of these are way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And I got another local cheapy rack store find for you guys. I found it for about $15. It's a small bottle. It's a 1-ounce bottle, but still deserves merit to be on this channel, and that is Abercrombie Fitch, Away Tonight. So like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is a 1-ounce bottle. I found it for $15 at my local Marshall's. And what you're going to get in this fragrance is it's going to be a lot sweeter than the notes will lead it out to be. The notes are going to make you think it's going to be a spicy, citrus, woody, earthy patchouli, but really it's a sweet citrus. Little dashes of spice, some of the earthiness and the powderiness starts to come out in the dry down. There's a unique carrot note in this thing, and I would have never guessed that. I see it written, and I can somewhere in the distance like imagine some carrot being in this thing, but for the most part, it's going to be almost an orange kind of sweet, almost like a mandarin sweet, citrus, spicy, woody, quite similar to Tierra de Hermes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I've heard it Tierra de Hermes and just whatever. It's that one, TDH. And it smells a good amount similar to that one. It has more similarities than it does differences. I think this one right here is a little bit sweeter. So I'm really digging the sweetness and the sandalwood that's happening there. Like in the dry down, there's like a sandalwood, earthy, patchouli, powdery thing, and it gets them even sweeter. The citrus fizzles off like you can imagine, but I'm really digging the sweet, creamy, powdery, earthy sandalwood deal that's happening in this in the dry down. There is still like some residual citrus, but like I said, it seems almost like it's more of like a mandarin kind of thing, giving it that, but there's no mandarin listed on this fragrance, but there is in TDH that has orange or something. And like I said, this is quite similar to it. As far as the performance, it's not the greatest, but it's not a total letdown. It's like a lower side of average, both in projection and, well, longevity. It's almost hitting right at the average part, but the projection isn't all that great. Just spray away a little bit heavier with this thing. This is kind of a neat little gimmick. That's the cap, the atomizer lid. Like, it locks, so it won't like allow you to spray it with it up like that, but with it down it does. So that's what's going on with this. It almost reminds me like one of the, like those camping thermos style things, or a lantern or something. But overall, scent profile is pretty nice. It's pretty universal. It's a great dumb reach fragrance. It's good for casual and evening. It says Away Tonight, and that's kind of appropriate. I think it's just as good in the day as it is in the evening. Better for the warmer weather. Not the highest, because it could be a little bit cloying, because it is kind of sweet and rich and creamy a little bit, but it has enough fresh elements that it's going to work good outdoors in the springtime, in the warmer days of fall, and the cooler days of summer. I think this one is going to make it in my rotation quite a bit, as far as just something to go out and grab if I'm just going to a dollar store or something like that. I'm going to be wearing this thing. There's no doubt there. Now, my rating isn't going to really suggest that I'm going to be wearing it a lot. It's just the scent profile is a dumb reach type of deal. It just works really good for me. So overall, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I could say 5.5. I could say 5.5, because I can't really mark down too much for the performance, because it doesn't really perform that bad, but it's just not quite a solid or a strong average performing fragrance. But it's a 5.5, which means it's a good smelling fragrance. And for $15, you can do way worse than this one. It's got a little bit of sexiness, sweet, citrus, spicy. In the end, it becomes creamy, powdery, earthy, sweeter, with some residual like orange kind of thing. Almost like, this is for my local people that are like in the Tampa Bay area, or whoever been to Bradenton, and Tropicana is burning the orange peels. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that or smelled it from the bottling companies. Tropicana is bottled in Bradenton. That's where I grew up. And they burn the orange peels off of the oranges. The whole town smells like it, and this has some of that going on. If you've ever smelled that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So 5.5 out of 10, good dumb reach. You can do a lot worse for the price. Is it some wow kind of fragrance? Not at all. But if you like TDH and you want like a similar form of that for a much less expensive price tag, this is a good alternative. It really is. So that's my final thoughts on Abercrombie Authentic Self. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.